All right, let's go. Let's go. Happy, actually Monday today. Usually I do these videos either on Wednesday or Friday. It's a Monday, and I'm excited about a couple of things. Starting a little bit of a changing market in a good way, and I think a lot of people think change like, oh my gosh, change. Property values have gone up over the last 2 years. Values have forced inventory, actually demand has forced inventory to go down tremendously in Marion County. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at a historical viewpoint on where inventory was and where it is now. 887 active homes on the market. We've bounced up and down last 6 to 8 months. It's been as low as lower 800s, and now it's starting to creep up a little bit more. Especially a little bit surprising. I thought we would have had more inventory by now. Not only spring market, obviously this is April, but also, I'm surprised because interest rates have gone up. We're now in the fives, and I thought that there'd be more people that would be a little bit risk averse. But the demand has been so great that I think it's overtaken the interest rate and the inflation fears. So let's take a look at a couple of things. So 887 is the number for Marion County. That's how many properties are on the market right now. So we're going to take a look at, let's look at the past. Let's look at, let's 5 years back. We're going to look at January 2017, looking at just under 5,000, looks like about 4,700 properties on the market at that moment. And you're seeing right here, like this top number here, 4674, April of 2017. And then of course, pretty consistent up here. We're looking at right at probably a little bit more than that. So it looks like maybe about 4,800. And it shows, oh, there we go. Waiting for that to pop up. And it's not working for me. So we'll take a look. There it is. Okay, 49. Yeah, 4968, just under 5,000 right here. And of course, back, this is right here, we're looking at July of 2019. And then, of course, we started to see a reduction, which is really interesting. Inventory started to come down before COVID. And then, of course, 2020 hits. And then it's a precipitous drop. Now, think of this as isn't a drop in pricing. This is a drop in inventory. Prices have done actually the opposite. Demand, obviously the opposite. So demand and pricing go up. Inventory goes down. Not too surprising. Now, let's look at, January, looking at April of 2020, which is right after COVID hit. Not as much of a precipitous drop. So if you look at just before, right there, looking at 2990, this was just a complete drop. This is a very good picture of what exactly happened. And then, of course, a little bit of flattening out during those time periods. And then, obviously, right around the May-June mark, another complete drop in inventory. Okay, historic count of active listings. And then, at this point here, you're looking at, October of 2020, which is when, things started to maybe a little bit of a slowdown, a little bit. So you're looking at 2,200 properties that were on the market at that point. That was the new low. And then it picked up again, actually went up some more, December of 2020 to 2,100, almost 2,200. And then, of course, again, as we started to move into 2021, additional drop in inventory, right? So continuous drops, and then went up and then went down again. So we're still crazy low in inventory. That's the historic count of active listings. But we're when we're looking at this, that tells us we're pretty much we're looking at maybe a month's worth of homes on the market. And it tells you, look how far we are. We've come a long way. This doesn't look like a big drop, but this is, we're talking about a drop of nearly 5,000 all the way down to where we are. It's a really big drop. We're talking about pretty close to about 4,000 homes difference between the peak right around 2019 to where we are right now. So big deal there, really big deal. Tells you a lot about what we've gone through. If you have questions, by the way, I'm Glenn Stein, the broker of realty executives in Marion County, Ocala, also the villages. And we've been in this market. I've been selling in this market since 2000. Had my license since 2000, actively selling, and as a broker since 2004. So we've been studying the market for a very long time, and we know the market really, really well. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to connect. Also, it'd be really interesting to know, this is something that's really fascinating. If you bought a home in the past, interest rates getting pretty much over the 5% mark. If you bought a home in the last 20, 30 years, even 40 years, I'd be really curious to know, what was the interest rate of your first home? What was the interest rate that you bought your first home? When did you buy it? And what was your interest rate? Love to hear it. Share here. Also, please subscribe. And if you have questions, please either text me, or you can go to our website as well, buysellthevillages.com, which will give you access to everything. Obviously, not the villages, not only the villages, from Gainesville, Ocala, the villages, west coast of Florida, Orlando, Tampa, a wide swath for sure. All right. So hopefully everybody has a great week. Take care.